Here to share all of those details in an Evening Edit exclusive is the author of that bill, New York Congressman and ranking member of House Homeland Security, John Katko. Sir, good evening to you.
Good evening. Thanks for having me.
Wonderful to have you tonight. I'll let you walk through some of the major aspects of this bill, but of course, front and center is the fact that you're asking for the border wall to the construction of it to resume.
Absolutely. But listen, this is not based on something I pulled out of thin air. I spent a lot of time as a prosecutor prior to coming to Congress on the southwest border. And I also spent a lot of time since I've been in Congress on the southwest border, especially this year, leading delegations and speaking to the frontline workers. And what we're proposing is based on our discussions with them. And really three components. One is to resume and complete what President Trump initiated with respect to border wall construction. And second is to greatly enhance our border technology. We have tremendous technologies that are not being properly utilized at the border. And the third thing is to have more boots on the ground. There's been a tremendous attrition rate in the Border Patrol. I think that's been born out of the fact that they're so frustrated with their job right now that they're not able to do their job. So this isn't something that just my leadership supports and that the rank and file members of my committee supports, but it's also the National Border Patrol Council. And National Border Patrol Council is comprised of the men and women who are on the front lines every day down at the border, risking their lives to keep our country safe and secure. They're saying this is a good bill and this is the way we should go, and I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, and my understanding of what's happening right now is that $2 billion was earmarked to finish construction of the border wall. That was obviously halted by this administration. Actually, the money has been reappropriated now to essentially pay workers to babysit the materials that would have been used so that they're not stolen. I mean, you sit here and scratch your head and ask, how could this be happening?
You said it, they reappropriated. I think it's called misappropriation because it's exactly what they're doing. We were down to sectors along the border wall where they literally have piles of steel rebar and everything just sitting there because they halted construction so quickly. By halting the contracts, it's costing us billions of dollars more than it would have cost just to build the wall. It's insane what's going on down there, and our country is suffering from it. People in communities all across the country have a drug epidemic going on that's fueled by what's going on at the border, as well as a health crisis, especially in the Texas area, with a tremendous spike in COVID cases. Like these people coming across are testing positive in record numbers.
Yep. Thank you for bringing that up. It's not just drugs. It's not just the health crisis that we're dealing with. It's human trafficking. It's not safe right now. It's not safe for those who are trying to cross the border. And as you mentioned, it's not safe for our officers down there trying to defend the border as well. They need help. They are totally overwhelmed.
You're absolutely right. And that's why, again, the National Border Patrol Council is a very potent group. And they're speaking loudly and clearly saying, look, this administration's policies are not working. We need to go back to what we were doing. And there's tremendous amounts of technology out there that can allow them to pinpoint the hot areas before they even get to the border, so you know where to better utilize the Border Patrol agents. The cartels are having a field day. They're getting incredibly enriched by the human trafficking, because everybody that comes across is paying at least $4,000. And last month alone, you had $188,000. Do the math. The cartels made at least $750 million last month alone. Mm-hmm. And they're also able to divert attention by sending masses of people in one area to pulling Border Patrol agents off the border, and then the drugs are coming in through the back door, and those drugs are killing our kids. What are we doing?
Texas Democrat Congressman Henry Cuellar says that there needs to be a pause in migrants. Watch this.
They stopped a group of 509 people, one single group. I emphasize 509 people coming in one group. So these numbers are not stopping. And without due respect to the administration, they need to put a pause on this now.
So do you think that you'll find some bipartisan support here?
I do, but I also think that until this administration really can admit that this probably wasn't the best idea, we're going to have a problem. If you look at what Kamala Harris came out with today, talking about how to solve the problem, she's talking basically about nation building in Central America, building up those nations so people don't want to leave. Well, that's all well and good, but if the back door is open like it is on the border, these people are coming. Let's not forget, they're just not from Central America. In May alone, 40,000 people that came across out of 180,000 were not from Central or South America. And people are on the terror watch list coming across. People are from hot spots where we have terrorism in the past, and people are coming from all over and they're paying a tremendous amounts of money. It's got to stop.
And Congressman, I'll add to Kamala Harris's investigation and findings and trying to sort of address the root causes. It's our taxpayer money that unfortunately goes to these corrupt governments and nothing ever gets fixed. And so we go round and round again, and you still have people wanting to come here. Unfortunately, we are out of time for this evening, but appreciate your time with us tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right.